What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk here, back with another video. You've seen the title. It's another William Nylander video. I wasn't going to talk about this, but with all the buzz that was around yesterday and all the BS rumors that were out there yesterday, I figured I needed to at least give my 2 cents on this topic and bring you guys what might be the last time I make a video on this. Hopefully Nylander signs as I'm recording this video, and this video never happens because he signed and then I make a video of him signing. That's what I want to happen. Will it happen? Probably not. Come on, Willie, just sign with the Leafs. Anyways, there was a lot of stuff that went around yesterday. Some guy talking to Dubas apparently. We'll get into that. We had Bob McKenzie going on a Twitter rant. It is the 24th of November. December 1st is when the decision will probably happen. December 1st, 5 p.m. That is when the decision will probably happen. Will the Leafs sign William Nylander? Will they trade him? Will he sit out for the whole year? What is going to happen? This is going to be my discussion on what happened mostly yesterday and a suggestion to all of you. I'm recording this on the 24th. Tonight is Saturday, and this is what you need to do. Tonight is probably going to be one of the bigger updates we're ever going to get when it's regarding William Nylander. With all the buzz that happened yesterday, you got to think there's got to be something happening, okay? So this is the biggest update, and I'm saying this because it's Hockey Night in Canada. By the way, they're going to be doing a bid for all like the light blue jackets, for suit jackets, and they're going to be doing that on Sportsnet. I'll try to put a link on Twitter or something. I believe it's going to a good cause. I can't remember what exactly they're doing it for, but I'll explain it on Twitter. But make sure you do that. But tonight is Saturday's headlines with Elliotte Friedman, Chris Johnston, and those two guys right there are just enough of the reason to watch it. They have a lot of insights information, and we'll get to them probably at some point in this video. But tonight, Saturday's headlines, make sure you watch it. It's going to be huge. If something big comes out of it, I'll make another update video. But for now, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So I'm not going to put up the tweet for this guy, and you all know his name because it was all over Twitter. So this guy was in Columbus. He met Kyle Dubas apparently outside. There's a photo, so I'm sure he did, which is great. This is no hate on the guy. I just really don't believe what he said, to be honest with you. So he said he just spoke with Kyle Dubas outside. He asked about Nylander, and apparently Dubas' response was that they'll have an update by 5 p.m. and something tells me there's a resolve in the Nylander situation and that it was close. That's what this guy said on Twitter, and that he talked to Dubas and it was going to be a decision by 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. came and went. Why would Dubas tell a random Columbus fan about a Nylander update? Like, there's no way he was going to do that. This was either, one, a huge troll job by this guy, two, a huge troll job by Kyle Dubas telling this guy, or three, which I think is the most logical response, is that he probably told this kid that something will happen on 5 p.m. on December 1st, because that's the deadline. This kid probably just misunderstood him, didn't hear him properly. There's no update on William Nylander. There wasn't yesterday, but until we got some stuff from Bob McKenzie. It had nothing to do with what this guy said. It was like, this guy definitely had no information. Dubas said 5 p.m. on December 1st. That's definitely what happened. This guy either just said that to get followers, which I hope he didn't. He said he didn't, but or he just misheard Dubas, which is what could have happened. Alright, so let's get to the Bob McKenzie tweet. So, this is what Bob McKenzie was saying yesterday after all the buzz that was coming out, especially after this tweet that was made up by that guy. So he said, well, lots of William Nylander buzz, rumors abound, so let's try to get a sense of where things may be going, just basically that general thing. He said, first off, in the moment he said that he didn't think that there was any sort of announcement pending, or, you know, he hasn't gotten any sort of call or nothing like that, but he also did mention that anything could happen in a second because this news could be broken by anybody, and, you know, that tweet could be dated pretty quick. So he basically said that listen, he hasn't heard anything, and usually Bob McKenzie, Elliotte Friedman, Chris Johnston, those guys know pretty much first out of anybody. Then he said it's understandable that the buzz and rumors will pick up. We're 1 week away from the 5 p.m. Eastern December 1st deadline. And then Mike Babcock, also, this is what I wanted to bring up, and it's perfect that I'm bringing it up now. Mike Babcock mentioned the fact that, oh, we're getting some pieces back very soon. You know, he said that plural, pieces with an S, plural, and that means Matthews, of course, because he's coming back from injury probably Wednesday or maybe after that. I think Wednesday against the Sharks. And that also could mean William Nylander, And some people are saying it could mean a trade, which we're going to knock on wood. I want it to be William Nylander. Anyways, so people were freaking out. Then they asked him again. They're like, okay, well, what do you feel? Like, how do you feel about the Nylander situation? He just said, I know Nylander loves hockey and he wants to play the game. He's a good guy, good teammate. So people are like, okay, maybe Nylander's really getting ready to come back. All right, so let's get back into it. Then there was also a rumor from, I believe, Mark Savard, who said that the $6.9 million rumor that he put out on his Twitter account, saying that the Leafs could be, getting that deal done. They were saying, okay, Mark Savard was saying he heard from a source. Again, I don't know what kind of sources he has, but Steve Dangle, on the Steve Dangle podcast, he asked Mark Savard during the episode if what he was saying was legit or if it was just to be a troll. Because, it'd be funny with those numbers, obviously, which is just childish. But he was saying, no, this actually might be something. I'm not sure how, close or if it's actually the real number, but that's what he was saying. So, as the tweet goes on, he mentioned Bob McKenzie mentioned the Columbus fan who got the pick with Kyle Dubas, and says that he does not believe there's anything to it. So, he says he hasn't heard anything about it, so he doesn't really believe it. And he said also, now that we're closer at the end of the process, I wonder how much more negotiating will take place. I get the feeling that the Nylander camp has let Toronto know in no uncertain terms where they stand, and I bet vice versa is true as well. So just keep that in mind as well. So conventional wisdom is that the logjam here will be broken by a bridge deal, and common sense suggests that the way to go, 2 years if you're Nylander, 3 years if you're the Leafs, but I certainly don't think the longer term 6 years is out of the question. So Bob McKenzie figures a bridge deal is what gets it done, but a long-term deal is still in the plans. And the reason why I'm saying all these tweets and stuff like that is because a lot of people don't really follow Twitter. Sometimes people don't have the time to be on Twitter reading this stuff. Unfortunately, I'm on Twitter too much, but I'm able to see this stuff, and that's why I want to talk about it. There's people that don't even have, social media on here, so I'm not just reading this just to make it seem like it's my information. This is coming from Bob McKenzie. He also said, for all the talk of $6.9 million AAV, so average annual value on the cap, remember what Cap Friendly was talking about last week. Toronto could do a long-term deal at $7 million across the board and have a much bigger cap hit this year. And then a lesser cap hit in the so-called out years. So the key thing for Toronto, whether it's a long-term deal or shorter-term deal, is to keep the actual salary relatively even over the course of the contract. That's how they accrue, I don't know what he's saying there, the cap hit benefit. Big signing bonuses would negate the cap hit benefit too. So basically what he's talking about in the other tweet, that last one is just to add to what his last tweet was. He was saying that because of how the NHL has a rule or something like that, it's all explained, and I'm sure it's going to get explained again on Saturday's headlines, but there is multiple videos on TSN and other stuff like that that you can look at, and Cap Friendly has explained it on their Twitter as well, which I highly recommend going on Cap Friendly and reading about this. They've basically said that the Leafs could put a pretty high cap hit this year and then lower the cap hit over the years after this year coming up. So basically the Leafs could throw like $7.5 million on a deal for this year, and then it would go down under $7 million in the following years. So that is something to keep in mind. The next thing I want to bring up, which that is a lot of information to take in. So basically what Bob McKenzie was saying was yesterday he hadn't heard anything that was going on when it comes to that kid posting the photo or anything like that. He hadn't heard nothing about it. And again, this is not to diss him or anything like that, but he hadn't heard nothing on it. And I'm just trying to find another tweet here because I think Chris Johnson had said something as well, and he's going to be on Saturday's headlines tonight as well. But yeah, they were both basically just saying, like, listen, there's no real update, this whole thing. And I guess I'll just read, oh, here it is, Chris Johnson's tweet. Oh, that's an old tweet. Regardless, I know what Chris Johnson's tweet was. He was basically just saying 5 p.m. came and went. There was no update. He hadn't heard anything about it. He didn't know if anything was happening, but he said nothing happened, and it probably won't. There's no deal pending unless it's behind closed doors, but nothing has happened yet. So this was just a whole bunch of stuff that happened yesterday, and people were thinking, okay, Willie's signing. We're close to December, if I could speak English. We're close to December 1st. Nylander could sign any second. Like I said, he could be signing right now as I'm making this video. Just keep in mind, don't believe everything you read on Twitter, especially, no offense, if it's a random Columbus Blue Jackets fan. I know he met Dubas, I know he heard something from him, but he probably misheard him. Dubas probably meant 5 p.m. on December 1st, and it's looking like that's when it's going to get handled. Hopefully it gets done before that. We're going to knock on wood that William Nylander signs a deal, and I'm hoping it's tonight because I just want him to come back. So make sure you watch Saturday's headlines tonight. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. When's Willie going to sign? Leave your comments down below. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. I really appreciate that. Make sure to click the notification bell if I haven't said that already. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.